coming out here after 30 years, yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts.
Hey man, shout out to everybody out there on Team Banky Pound, man. I appreciate the love. Boom, 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 boom. I appreciate it. Oh, what's up? What's good? Let's go, man. TBP Nation, stand up, man. Big love to everybody out there who support me, who support the movement. You understand? Who tap in, who like the video, hype the video, make sure they subscribe because they doing skullduggery. Everybody who share the video, man, let's go, let's get it, man. We on the road to greater things, man. Trying to save these youngest kings and queens, man, before they make the biggest mistake of their life. And that's by going into the system. And speaking about going into the system, for all you females who out here who, you know, young, starting off your career, and you think you might want to go in the penitentiary, let me inform you. Let me inform you, man. I don't recommend that. I don't suggest that. And I would, you know, strongly advise you not to do such, you know, because like I said, the females in the Virginia State Penitentiary, especially in the men penitentiary, man, yeah, you know, they got a lot of skullduggery with them, and they got a lot of larceny with them. After they've been there for a while, you will see that it'll be displayed, you know, like just like the males. But I ain't never really, you know, I ain't one that, you know, condone putting your hands on a woman in the penitentiary. I understand that they don't look at the women as females. They look at them as the police. You understand? I do understand that dynamic, but, you know, me personally, that's something that I'm against. That ain't what I'm going to do, but I will verbally you know, whoop one of them female police's hand pots. I verbally whoop them, but I'm not going to put my hands on them. But I'm not everybody. You know what I'm saying? And man, I'm telling you, man, throughout my entire bit, I've seen some female COs, but for lack of a better word, take it on the chin, man. I'm telling you, man. I done seen some, I done heard about some. Some of them I'm glad I want around. You know what I'm saying? It's hard for me to look at that, even though I'm knowing they the police, even if I'm knowing that they foul, you know what I'm saying, and they nasty. It's still hard because I still know at the end of the day, it's a female. I know I got daughters, I got sisters, I got mothers, grandparents, aunties, whatever the case may be. But man, you get some dudes in there, they under that type of pressure. They you know, going through it, and you got a female bogging at them, messing with them, writing them bogus charges, doing all this type of crazy stuff. It's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? And them be the dudes is willing to crash out. Them be the dudes that already probably got a whole lot of rack of time. They ain't tripping about, you know what I'm saying, what's gonna happen with them, like getting more time. But they definitely gonna be tripping about that whooping they gonna take, cause I don't know no dude in the system that jumped on a female ain't take a brutal. You gonna take a brutal. Man, they gonna whoop you in front of everybody, and when they get you outside the camera, they gonna whoop you even worse. You know what I'm saying? Straight up, you will be lucky if you can, you know what I'm saying, if you can heal, man. I'm telling you, they gonna put something on you. But it don't stop them dudes. I told you, I remember in the beginning when I was at Augusta, man, when the female was just coming back and forth from the other side going to the mock class, and the dude just jumped up and just snatched her up and threw her on the ground and started ripping her clothes off. I was in shock. I'm like, man, this joker is wilding. You know what I'm saying? I was like, boom, because I'm like, what is it? I mean, out of the blue. I don't know what type of history they had. I don't know if they had any history at all. I don't know if he just was whacked out. He just was on it that day. But man, that was set it off right there. That set it off right there. And throughout my decades in the penitentiary, man, I just seen it over and over and over again, man. And it just wouldn't stop all the way up to Kitchen Man. When Kitchen Man did that and he was my celly, you know, I couldn't see that in Kitchen Man. I couldn't see it. I'm telling you, I could not see it. I did not know that he would go that route. You know what I'm saying? But he did it. You know what I'm saying? Even though I heard him say what he said. You know, you ain't me none charge. I'm gonna whoop you. And I'm like, she better get a charge for that. Threatening the lady, man. You know she write 1,000,000 charges. But I didn't even take him seriously. Obviously, she didn't take him seriously. And then he ended up going out there and putting it on him. Pop, pop, pop. You know what I'm saying? And then you always got somebody, you know what I'm saying, like the dude Solo, he jump in and try to save the bro. And he ended up getting the charge himself for assault on the officer because she didn't want him to be touching him. That's how nasty she was. But do that justify her getting whooped? You know what I'm saying? By a man. That ain't for me to decide. I ain't gonna do it, but it ain't for me to decide. He decided that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Solo got locked up trying to play Captain Saver, bro. You dig? And look what happened to him. You know what I'm saying? But dudes will do that too. They'll get in the way. They'll get in the way thinking that they're gonna get some time cut. They're gonna get some favor with the people. Oh, they're gonna look at that. I know dudes who actually have done that. And have actually brought that up when they went up for parole. Man, you remember I saved the officer from getting whooped in 92 on. Yeah, they I don't know if that's a long-term game plan that they have or whatever. But dudes gonna always look at them funny because in the penitentiary, it's them against us. You, even though you got certain, principles and morals and you about a female, dudes still gonna say, man, when it comes to the penitentiary, man, it's the police against us, man. It ain't no in between. So when you do that, man, you gonna be labeled as a bootlicker, a Uncle Tom, a Jethro Bodine, a tap dancer. You understand? You gonna be labeled as that, period. And this Solo, there's a couple of solos, and I'm talking about the little short bow leg. When he know the one I'm talking about, he won't far from that anyway. You know what I'm saying? All he did was work for the people and try to be all kiki and ha-ha and all in their face. You know what I'm saying? Just for what? What you getting? You ain't getting nothing. They ain't getting you nothing. You know what I'm saying? But dudes will do that just so they can be up in the police face, just so they can ha-ha, he, and hope that the police miss them on a shakedown for some charges or see them doing something and don't write them up. You got them tight. You know what I'm saying? You got him, man. Old bootlicking Jethro Bodine, tap dancing. You know, them jokers, man. They something else. But yeah, I didn't see that in Kitchen Man. Same thing with Zolly. You know, a whole lot of people say Zolly asked for it. I can't think of nobody who even gonna try to help Zolly, because you know what I'm saying? But a whole lot of people say Zolly asked for it. You know, when that door came open, the dude got down on him, but she bit a tip of his finger off. You know what I'm saying? But he nah. You know what I'm saying? He brutalized her. You know what I'm saying? And she right back at work soon as she heal up, snatching, steady running her mouth. It be like that. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, that old lieutenant. I remember the lieutenant. What's her name, man? She always got nasty. She was nice at first. She got nasty. She got all up in the dude's face and hollering at him and spittle flying all out her mouth. And dude, hey, you spitting on me? And she's like, hey, I'm telling you. And she's, you telling me what? You don't tell me nothing. And try to pull her handcuffs off. Hit her, broke her jaw. Bam! She fell down, hit the ground. He thought about getting on her and hitting her some more. This was on a boulevard, man. He thought about getting on the hit of some more, but dude said, man, no. And she was just laid out on the boulevard, stretched out just like that. You know what I'm saying? He started to walk away. He couldn't even get to the building before. He couldn't even get to the building, boy, before they was coming up out of that administration building, boy, like, you know what I'm saying? Like it was a fire drill. Bang, 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 bang. Hey, they ran down on him, man, and man, before you look, you can look over there, man. You know how you see Ant Pal? You know how you see an Ant Pal? How the Ant Pal come? That's how many people was on top of him. You couldn't even see him no more. You know what I'm saying? Everybody back to your building. Back to your building. Back. She's steady out there stressed out. They over there trying to revive her, get her up and everything, but he broke her jaw. You know what I'm saying? A couple of weeks later, she coming to work with her jaw wide up and everything, still snatching. Still snatching, because they going to get promoted. They going to get, elevated. They going to, you know what I'm saying? But that's a hard way to go about it, man. That's a hard way to go about it, man. Now, I know some females, too, that you know, like I say, they still the police, but I had good rapport with. You know what I'm saying? They ended up, you know, getting it too. Now, both of them in particular that I know of, they do got that mouth now. They got that mouth. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about it is, like I say, it's subjective. If they mess with you, they're not going to be displaying that to you. And you gonna, you know what I'm saying, you gonna see the cool in them. Like, I'm gonna tell you about both of them. Like one of them, this one in particular, Hoop, she was cool with me, man. I had met her on Sussex 2. She was cool with me. Ain't never, you know what I'm saying? She just acknowledged that I was a real dude. She ain't never come at me with no tomfoolery, no fakeness, no nothing, no police stuff. But I got to be honest. I've seen her go at dudes with police stuff. I've seen her get tough, talk. I mean, like she in the hood. Like F you, Negro, F you. Man, do something. Do something. You ain't gonna do nothing. You a B. You ain't gonna do nothing. You gonna be. You a sucker. You putting on. She get like that. I've seen it. You know what I'm saying? So I know how she'll come, and I know how she'll push a dude to the limit because of the position that she in. But she never displayed it to me. So, you know what I'm saying? I judge people how they treat me. I don't know if it's male, female, whoever. How you treat me, that's how I'm gonna treat you. I always gave her respect because she gave me respect. She never gave me disrespect, so I never gave her disrespect. But I have seen her disrespect several people. But in turn, too, I seen dudes go at her. But like I say, this is the dynamics that we in. It's us against them. You know what I'm saying? So I remember she had came to Greensville when I had got moved back to Greensville. She was on Greensville. Some type of way she had got transferred up there. But I wasn't on the side that she was on. But I knew she was there because I heard her name. Dudes were saying like, man, you know old Hoop that was on Sussex is up here on Greensville too. I'm like, oh yeah, where they at? Oh, she work over there in such building. I was like, man, that's crazy because she was cool with me. So it won't even, she won't even there 2 months, man. And I guess she was running the yard. They had her running the yard, you know, getting people in and off the rec yard, you know, and at the gate, the yard gate. And I guess she got to argue with somebody, man, and she got to popping that stuff like she was popping. From what I heard, you know, the dude was calling her names. Oh, you big, fat, funky. Who you think you talk? And she got to popping it right back. Who you talking to? You called him the F word, you know what I'm saying? The F-A-G, you know what I'm saying? You probably in there sucking, whoop, and you can't say that to dudes that's locked up, man. And you definitely can't say that to dudes that's locked up and they're around everybody else. You putting them on the spot. You know what I'm saying? You putting them on the spot no matter who you is, a female, a male officer, a sergeant, lieutenant, captain. You doing it, you disrespecting him in front of his peers. Even though he disrespecting you, it's still a level of you get paid for this. This is our lifestyle. This is what we gotta live at. So you supposed to have some type of professionality. You know what I'm saying? Dudes in the penitentiary, they got to have, you know what I'm saying, their standing in code of ethics of how they gonna carry doing this bit because that's how other people is gonna treat them. So man, they said, man, he just took off on her. Boom, boom, boom. Knocked her out right there on the right at the gate, the entryway of the yard. Stomped her and everything, man. I felt bad. I said, what? I said, man, you heard about Hoop, man? I said, what? I said, man, dude beat the brakes off all over there at the yard, man, over there in CU. I said, get out of here, Mason, man. He dogged him, man. He beat her bad, bro. I said, what? And dude was telling me how it went down. I was like, man, I felt sorry for it only because, like I say, I knew her. You know what I'm saying? For being kind to me. So I was like, man, that just had me. And I knew the dude who did it. I knew the dude who did it. And I know he ain't to be played with. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, man, she just caught a bad break. And she was popping it to somebody that ain't going to take it. You know what I'm saying? And then I had left Sussex 2. And my favorite officer up there, man, shout out to Miss P, man. Shout out to Miss P. Miss P is out here on the street now. She an older broad, man. I seen her twice since I've been out here. You know what I'm saying? But that's the one I told you she was an older lady, but she actually knew some of my family on the street. You know, particularly my uncle, you know, R.I.P. to my uncle who, you know, passed away. But she knew my uncle, you know what I'm saying? And, man, she just was a character, man. So when she found out that I was my uncle's nephew, man, she just always looked out for me. Always. I'm talking about everything, man. Miss P did it all. I mean, if I needed something, I could get it. You know what I'm saying? Even from the street. You dig what I'm saying? If you know, you know. You dig? So she was super cool with me, man. And then she had I mean, far as I know, she like men, but she had the swagger because she was older and she was kind of a little bit bigger and had huge old breasts. But she had the swagger of like a dude though. She'd be like, "What's up, dog?" You know what I'm saying? She was the one that I told you that ended up telling me about the dude, Pudgy. You know what I'm saying? Jeff Borgie always remember Jeff Borgie. So, but she was super cool, man. I just, you know what I'm saying? I looked at her as she probably would be one of the officers, which is a few over my 33 years of prison that I looked at. I ain't look at her as the police. You know what I'm saying? I looked at her as somebody who knew my people. Now, with that being said, keeping it all the way 1,000, man, Miss P will cuss you out from head to toe, man. Miss P gonna call you the PUSSYs, the punk ASN N-word, and you don't get me, who you think you talking to? If you, yeah, and she'll get it. She'll go word for word, toe for toe with you. You know what I'm saying? With dudes. So you gotta think, man, where you at, and you know what I'm saying, and the frustration and the tension that's already in the air and the atmosphere. So, and dudes is already on edge, and she'll push. I used to be, when I was around her, I used to be saying silent prayers, man, like, P, please, because I couldn't really see nobody jumping on her, and I just sit there. I couldn't see it. So that part was agonizing to me, like I didn't want to be around her like that. But the benefits of me being around her was great. But the aggravation of somebody might jump on you, people. That I ain't worried about it, dog. Yeah, I ain't worried. I've been in here too long. That don't scare me. I know they just be barking, dog. But I'm like, nah, P, these do different now. They different. I ain't gonna do nothing. So I used to feel like that. So I can remember when I was gone, man, I got transferred. I went back to Greensville, and I remember probably about a year and a half later, man, somebody told me, man, dude knocked out in the pod, man, knocked out, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think he knocked the teeth out and everything. And I say, what? And I knew the dude who did that as well. I know him, man. He was on Powhatan with me, little young dude from Richmond, and he already, you know what I'm saying? Always been, blip the blur, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, who? And they told me who, and I was like, are you for real? And he said, yeah, bro. They was arguing back and forth, calling each other names, joking and joning on each other, and she going toe to toe with him. And then she started talking that mama talk, and he told us, don't say nothing about my mama. And she said it again, and they say he walked up to her and got in her face, and she pulled her radio out, say it again, say it again. She said it again. He pop, boom, hit her, knocked her down, got on him. I'm like, what? It's like, yeah, but they buckshot him though. They shot him. Bang, 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 bang. And ran in there and whooped him, beat him down. Cause P had been there, since the joint opened. They know her. She had been in the system almost 17, 18 years. They know her. So, you know what I'm saying? He took a brutal. He got shot and took a brutal. You know what I'm saying? I heard they had to, medevac him up out of that joint. Right along with her. They had 2 ambulances going up out of that joint. You know what I'm saying? So that was crazy though, but that hurt me to my heart because, you know what I'm saying? Like I say, the way I knew her, you know what I'm saying? How you know what I'm saying, cool she was to me. So I never looked at her like a police. You know what I'm saying? And I know for a fact she wouldn't have told nothing on me or wrote me no charge or nothing. If anything, she'd have gave me heads up. Man, clean up, they coming at you, dog. You got anything you want me to hold, dog? Give it to me, dog. Yeah, they come and shake you down, dog. You know what I'm saying? She was cool like that. So that joint was wicked for me, man. But yeah, I know the dude, man. I know the dude who did that, man. So like I said, I'd be glad I don't be around, doing that type of stuff, man. But I don't want to be around anyway when the dude beating up a bro, man. I don't even want to be around that. I don't want to see it or none of that, man. You know what I'm saying? And I remember I told y'all too before. I think I told you I got caught in that stairway with that bro that was spit on that dude, that white sergeant, and he tried to smack across the floor. You know what I'm saying? But it be vicious like that, man. Just like I just told somebody, they sent me the clip. They said, was this the clip you was talking about, Banky? I said, yes, that was the clip with the female warden. It's online right now with the female warden. They jump up in the dude's face. You know what I'm saying? She jump up in his face and she getting all up on him. She don't weigh no more than like 100 pounds. But that's how they gonna be trying to handle you. Look like she don't weigh no more than 100 pounds, bro. And she all up in his face, shaking her head, talking. You got her street clothes on. She's a warden. You know what I'm saying? A young female white warden. All up in the little young black dude face. You know, telling how much time he got. Shake talking and he must like say something that she ain't like. And then she just turn around and take her hand off her hip and mace him. Just mace him. Sitting there. He's sitting down. That's out. Letting her talk. Looking away, and she out, and then she maced him. And as soon as she maced him, he came up fast, and she maced him. He came up swinging. Boom, 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 boom. Knocked her down, jumped on her. All the police come running around, jump on him and grab him. He got her by her hair, still dragging her while they whooping him. You know what I'm saying? Dragged her right on across where they dragged him at. And they had to beat his hand off to let her go. But this is how they will provoke you, though. They will provoke you. I'm not saying I'm just justifying. I'm just telling you they will provoke you because they will get in that position, being in there, and they'll get comfortable with seeing how the males disrespect and treat, you know, convicts and inmates inhumane, and they'll feel entitled to do the same thing. And this is going to infuriate a dude. And nah, dudes ain't just whooping the women. If you push them hard enough, they're going to tap the dudes too. Knowing they're going to get the charge, knowing what's coming, they don't care because you would have already pushed them over their limit. You know what I'm saying? But then they feel even more somewhat disrespected when the women do it because they anticipate this from the men. But when the women do it too, it's like, man, y'all must really think I'm weak. Y'all must think, you know, and they feel like they got to show you. You know what I'm saying? And some of them going to take that chance on showing you, man. So, nah, I wouldn't even, you know, that alone, coupled with all the gunning and all the meat sticks you going to see up in there, all the verbal assault you going to see take up in there, all the disrespect you going to take up in there, all the belittling you going to take up in there, all of the passes and the way dudes going to be coming at you up in there as a female. If you can deal with all that, then you can go right on ahead in the penitentiary. But if you can't deal with all of that, I'm telling you right now, as a female out here in the free world, if you considering working in the penitentiary, I would say you better rethink that. You better rethink that. I'm telling you, because you literally making a career decision. You know what I'm saying? So, yes, warning to all the females considering working in a man's penitentiary. You need to hear this, and you need to know this. You ain't safe up in that joint. By no means, you are not safe up in that joint. You may get to the point where you think you are. That's going to be fool's gold, though. That's going to be real life fool's gold, because it ain't no safe place in the penitentiary for nobody. The inmates, the convicts, the female COs, the male COs, the wardens, the lieutenants, captains, majors. It ain't no safe place in the penitentiary. That's an oxymoron. Ain't nothing safe in the penitentiary. Straight up. So, anyway, hopefully y'all got something out of this you can use. Hopefully if you know a young female that you know, that you care about, that you cool with, that's in your family, that got the same bloods running through their vein as you, and they talking about, I'm thinking about working in the prison. You say, huh? Let me show you something. And you hit this video. You did? In the meantime, in between time, man, y'all be safe, be smart, make good decisions, man. TBP Nation, man, step up to the plate, man. We out here, man. Go get some more subs, man. I want this meet and greet, man, like a hungry person wants some food. You heard me? Let's get it. Let's go, man. Duck them hooks. Boom.
The banky special.
Yeah.
Pure deliciousness.
Pure deliciousness, man. My name is Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young. I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm going to have something because I'm I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts.